Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Satsang with Kevin. There's nothing logical or complicated about arriving in the awakened state. As a matter of fact, it's bone simple. The invitation today is to abandon efforts to make logic out of it, to make sense of it, to analyze it too greatly. It seems that that would appear to be more of an obstacle than a mechanism of delivery to the awakened state. It comes up because there seems to be a growing, I was going to say need, but growing prevalence of folks who want to analyze the particulars of what the awakened state is or what the awakened state isn't. Is there a self? Isn't there a self? Is there a mind? Isn't there a mind? Why isn't there a mind? How isn't there a mind? I thought there was a mind. I was thinking of something. And on. It's not entirely necessary to dive into the minutia. You can if you want. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's just a big headache. The offering here is that sometimes there's little to be achieved in grappling with the minutia of the arrival in the awakened state. We can bat around the ideas of what it means to be in the awakened state. We can examine or explore what obstacles might remain in the way of that arrival in the awakened state, or awakening, or whatever you want to call it. The trap can be where the mind or the ego or the self or whatever you want to call that begins to wrest control of that process by beginning a left-brained exercise of analyzing the daylights out of what the particulars are of that process. The Buddha was once asked if there was no self, and he refused to answer it because to consider that would just entangle the monk he was speaking with in details that were unnecessary in the delivery of the awakened state. Don't get me wrong, the devotional aspects of this journey are quite beautiful, amazingly beautiful. They have a great degree of authenticity about them. Practice them if they fill your soul. I'm just suggesting that those exercises are unnecessary as a delivery mechanism to the awakened state. So what's the alternative? What do we do if this isn't to be analyzed, looked at, explored? We do what we do. We be with things. We go ahead and explore them. Sit with them in silence, in quiet. And in quiet, I don't mean an absence of noise around us. I mean with a quiet mind. This state will deliver itself to us in the absence of being in an active mind. It will swallow us whole, despite our best efforts to think that our minds are doing something about it. So rest with it. Be with it. Allow it to come to you. It will. If you're open to that, capital T, then it will come to you. If you just stop the committee between your ears thinking about what needs to be done to get there, because nothing needs to be done. Nothing is preferred. It's an exercise that sounds overly simplistic to an egoic mind. That's because the egoic mind wants to seize control. It is this state, the awakened state, is the ego's worst nightmare. Allow it to take over. I think Einstein said, problems can't be solved with the minds that got them into them in the first place. Same goes for arrival in the awakened state. The things that keep us in the dream state can't be resolved by the very things that put us there, which are these things called minds, and they're not things. They're a process created by our brains. And that will be a discussion for another day. But for now, the invitation is to just allow this process to unfold exactly the way it will. And in that, hopefully, the greatest things will come. We're offering satsangs in South Surrey, in White Rock, and beginning on the 23rd at Amethyst Bookstore on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. Hope to see you there. In the meantime, namaste.